Hey everybody, I'm Josh.
I'm Jace.
We're gonna watch new show we're doing. First episode called Genlock.
First episode is called The Pilot.
Which is funny. I get that. I love that. So this is about...
Pun is so definitely intended there.
Yeah. Well, that's why there's the. So this is a Rooster Teeth animated original with the really good voice cast of Michael B. Jordan, Maisie Williams, etc., etc. David Tennant's in it. He's not any of the giant robots, but I think he's like the engineer, like the kooky scientist.
He's Dr. Wily, as you would probably call him.
Yeah. So, I remember when I first heard about this, for the longest time I thought this show was about like the good guys that get in these giant robots and they punch giant monsters. Because that's where my freaking monkey brain went immediately. Like, giant robot punch giant monster.
It's
like
not Pacific Rim.
I know. I think they're fighting a bunch of bad guys who are also in mech suits. And the way I heard somebody describe it was like, hey, there's the bad guys. They want a uniform society. Meanwhile, like the good guys want the diverse. They want diversity. So I hope it doesn't lean into like I don't know if it's gonna.
Hope it doesn't become political.
Yeah, or like tie too much into race themes. But that might not even be what the show is about. I might be completely wrong. I don't know what to say. I know this is a long ass episode. It's 32 minutes. So just a reminder for our patrons.
You go to the link down in the description, and it'll take you to our Patreon page. If you donate $1, pledge $1 every month, you get access to full reactions of every episode that we will ever post on our Patreon ever.
Except this is the first episode of a show.
The first episode of any season for any show will always be free access. You don't have to pledge anything for that. It's just a little taste of the reactions you can get.
Yeah, and we're gonna for the first episode of a season, I put the full-length reaction public, but I also include the reference footage because I'm not putting it behind a paywall. And if I put a full-length thing behind a paywall, we might get in trouble. That's why we don't do it. We already got one copyright strike from the SAO thing. So
that wasn't even put on Patreon, was it?
No, it wasn't. Just YouTube. So that's why we've been doing a lot of relinks lately. I know it's troublesome, but what are we gonna do? We're just trying not to get canceled. All right. So yeah, if you pledge a dollar, actually anybody can. If you want to watch this reaction in its entirety for this episode, you can go to our Patreon. It's there for free. And if you want to watch. If you want to watch next week's episode right now, you can pledge $3. You can watch next week's episode right now. But every episode after the first episode of a season won't have the reference footage. It'll just have us. It'll have like 10 to 15 seconds at the beginning, but that's only so you can sync up your reference footage. All right. So, Genlock. Jace, do you have any expectations?
No, I'm kind of going in with an open mind into this. I want to see what kind of stuff they do. I'm expecting some similarities to Pacific Rim.
I kind of like how it's short. It's 8 episodes, and I don't think it's going to overstay its welcome.
All right. Shall we?
Let's do it. Some kind of tube somewhere. He's in like he's injured. And that's just like a hologram.
I think it's like some sort of RoboCop type stuff.
I think he's probably in like some vat of like, you know how in like movies there'll be like a vat of water and they'll just be floating, and right? I think he's in one of those, but he's still controlling the mech and still in like projecting himself holographically.
That's a headache.
I do like that there wasn't like a huge exposition dump at the beginning of it, and that it literally just it just throws you into the middle of this war that they're in. They don't even explain to you like who the enemy is, why they're the enemy, etc. It just kind of feels like
I'm just gonna do what Ruby did and explain it in a far later season. At least that's what they should do, if you ask me. Because eventually we're gonna get to a point where it's like shit doesn't make sense, and we're gonna be like, okay, why is this all such a big deal now?
I kind of want to like learn about the other ones, because we know who Blue and Yellow are. He's Michael B. Jordan is Blue, and that one girl, I don't remember her name, like Madrani or something, was the yellow one. And then there's the green, purple, and red. And I really think it's funny that the purple one, just for no reason at all, has a cape. Mech with a cape. It's the most anime thing I've ever seen. Yeah.
What's that list I had?
I was really concerned about like how are they gonna like bring him back, you know? I thought I thought maybe it was just they downloaded his consciousness. I thought it's gonna be something like that. That would have been really cheesy. And it's just his consciousness. But I know I like the idea that while he is injured, he's still fighting, but like remotely. He's doing the social distancing approach. He's working from home.
God damn it, dude! Shut up.
Yeah, but I also just like the idea that they're getting new mechs because they are way more like coordinated than the things that they were in earlier, where it's just like this little walking thing with no arms and just guns. But I'm into it. I'm into like this type of show, as long as we get more like cooler action scenes. I mean, this was all just. I get it that you don't want to go like right into it right away with all the cool action and stuff, because you want to save it because like, hey, we still have 7 more episodes. I mean, it was just cool. I remember when they called him Flyboy, and I thought that meant that his mech flew, like it had jets. But I guess he was an actual pilot. I noticed a couple people. Like I recognized Lindsay's voice immediately. She was the other pilot who got blown up, unfortunately. So no more Lindsay. I'm also just really excited to know more about the world as I keep watching. Like it's not spoon fed to me. Like whenever you watch like an anime, it's like why the amnesia trope is such a thing. So like when a guy wakes up in a fantasy world, they can like, oh, you don't know what mana is, or you don't know what a keyblade is. The people will explain it to him. That's why or like somebody getting transported to another world, so you can just explain the rules of the world to this person, and then that's how they do it. But no, like I love the idea that there's no explaining. You're just watching it. You have to figure it out as you go. Because I mean, in all honesty, it's not. I don't think it's gonna be that hard to figure out. All right. Just a reminder: if you want to watch this reaction in its entirety, you can go to the link in the description to our Patreon. Pledge $1. You get access to the entire viewing library, except for this one. It will be public because it's the first episode of a season. But if you every episode after this, pledge $1 a month, you get the full length reaction. And Jace, what do they get if they pledge $3 a month?
You get videos a week in advance.
Hell yeah! All right. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm Josh.
I'm Jace.
We'll see you guys in the next one.